Hi everyone, happy Friday. I am combining my supply and book haul from June and July and bringing that all together. And I said in May and June that these may go to every other month, and especially now because my contracting position's ending on September 1st, so I am in the process of trying to find something else. My contracting company feels really confident about it. It's probably not, obviously it's a big change because it's a new job, but they feel fairly confident that, I'll still be working come September 1st. But just to go ahead and be on the safe side, I pretty much put the brakes on everything in terms of purchasing. I may need another marker set next month. However, I am kind of looking at just getting I'm running out of a lot of greens and blues in my markers, and then I have a whole bunch of markers left, and I don't want to buy any more sets because then it's just more and more markers that are drying out that I'm not using. So I'm thinking of just buying the Copics for the particular colors if I don't already have them, and just getting refills for the ones I have. And so for the more common colors, just using my Copics, even in color by number. I know some people think that's a waste of them, but trust me, it is a lot less waste to use a Copic marker, refill it a few times, and maybe have to replace the nib over time rather than going through half a dozen markers in that same spell in terms of, physical waste of markers. So other than some refills next month, maybe the occasional book or two if one tickles my fancy, we're gonna lock it down. And even if something does come through, I still need to rein it in a bit and get back to, at the very least, getting back to my monthly budgeted, $100 or whatever it is. So anyway, in saying all that, I have plenty to show you for the past few months. Hi Sid, why are you going behind the desk? Y'all, it is basically, excuse my language, Satan's ass crack in Tennessee today. It is humid. It is burning up hot. Last night at like 10 or 11, it was still 85 degrees outside and just swampy and gross. And have been having to run the cats in the middle of the day, especially, the moment they enjoy it the most out there when it's the hottest. Just because I don't want to have even the window open a crack, so it is pretty, and this type of weather is just horrific on my fibro and my joint pain and my stomach and my sleep. It seems like weather affects it more than anything else, and I still don't understand it. But anyway, so struggling a bit this week with a number of things happening, but I definitely feel more optimistic than I did, say, on Sunday. So there's that. All right, so we're going to start off with supplies first and then get to the books. I actually have Happy Mail as well to include in this that I got today. And you'll see a video Thursday. I'm doing this one first. You'll see a video Thursday. If you don't get out from behind that desk, cat, they are being extra obnoxious the last few days. You'll see a video of if you want to see full flip throughs of the Happy Mail, you can go look back at Thursday's video, which will be yesterday's video because this is going on Friday. Okay, all right. What do I want to do first? Oh, my shimmer paints. So I love this particular series of paints from Ranger Ink, and it's called Dylusions by Diane Reverie. I can't read that very well. Reveille. And they're shimmer paints. And so if you look at my half cut off swatch here, you can see they have such a pretty shine on them. I love these paints. I have not used them in forever and a day though, because I've been doing more watercolor type stuff, though I'm using water with these, so like I guess technically they would apply. So I do hope to be using more of these. I've been waiting. I have all they've put out in the Shimmer collection, and I've been waiting with bated breath for them to put out more colors, and they did. They released a new set, and I'll link it in the description, a set of 4. It is Fiery Sunset, Dirty Martini, Vibrant Turquoise, and Vanilla Custard. And so if you see there, now definitely with these, if before you use them, I recommend you give them a good shake to disperse the shimmeriness in them. But I absolutely love these. They're subtle, they're nice. It's nice and thick paint. I usually only have to do 1 coat, and so they are a little more expensive than like the Extreme Sheen Deco Art stuff, which is similar in shine. However, they're more expensive and you don't get as much. However, I find with the Extreme Sheen that a lot of times I have to do multiple coats. So it really, to me financially, it kind of evens out. If I have to use twice the amount of this, I'm going to use up this bottle just as fast as I would one of these just doing 1 coat. So like, to me, my time is worth more than the price difference here. So I'm having to do multiple layers of paint can just get really messy and annoying for me. So I like these a lot. I do also have the pastel set of the paints. They have just regular paint, non-shimmer. I do have the pastels of those, which includes the vanilla custard actually. My dream is to collect they put all of their Distress ink colors. They also, when they release those, they release them in a paint like this. I would love to own all of those one day because you get such unique colors out of them, and I'm lazy and I don't like mixing. So anyway, so there is my commercial for these shimmer paints. I don't see a lot of other people using them, but I absolutely adore them. If I have to use paint, acrylic paint, I try to see if I can use these first. And if they don't jive, then I have to usually use something else. So but anyway, they're just very pretty. What is it I'm missing here? I would like to see a yellow. I don't really see, like the lime is kind of a green yellow. I'd like to see a yellow next. This is an orange red, so we're pretty good. We're pretty good with reds and oranges, I feel like. And then pinks and purples. I'd like to see, and pretty good with the greens too. I don't know, it's a pretty good mix. I think if I saw some like if they would put out some yellows, and maybe even a brown shimmer would be really nice since you've got the black marble one. Those would be interesting for next colors in the, I don't know what their rhyme or reason is for that. So alright, next up I got some crayons, specifically the Bambino coloring crayons. These are clay based rather than wax based like your typical Crayola. I think that's right. Yeah, pigment mixed with clay to give it a much smoother and more vibrant finish, and it's supposed to make it easier to blend, this and that. So I went on to, I'll have to find the link to the site. I had to go on a specific site for these because these are UK based, I believe. And all they had was at most a set of 24. I got 2 sets of the 24 because I knew they were going to be small. I'm going to go ahead and warn y'all. So the crayons themselves aren't that expensive, but if you're outside Europe, the shipping is crazy. So I paid way more in shipping than I did for the crayons just to get them. But I've seen, is it Coloring Kid? There's a colorist that uses these a lot in the Lulu Mayo books, and I just love how they look. They look like soft, and they just, I really want to try these, particularly in those books. And so I ordered them. The shipping is expensive, and for the price I'm paying for the shipping, what they ship it in is absolutely atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. It was a like paper envelope, like a shipping envelope like this, but it was like a cardboard paper. And these were shoved in there. All the crayons had come out of there. There was no bubble wrap. There was nothing, no tape, no anything to keep them even in their little packs here. So all the crayons were just free flowing into the package. And I had to get them out and sort them myself and then shove them back in here. I got to come up with a better way to store these, but the shipping was terrible. I fortunately did not wind up with broken crayons. I feel like even though these feel pretty thin, they're thin, but they feel hardy. Like, they don't feel flimsy to me. I mean, I wouldn't, like heavy pressure on a piece of paper with them. But like, so here's a regular Crayola crayon, and then here's the Bambinos. So they are extremely small, which is one of the reasons I got 2 sets. But like I said, none of them had broken. I was very shocked because knowing how our postal service is and the fact that these came from overseas, I was just shocked that none of them were broken. It was ridiculous. I've never seen anything shipped like that, especially something fragile like this. So I did go ahead, and they're not labeled, the colors, but I did go ahead and do just a quick, like, sort of swatch just to show you the different colors. What I like about the 24 set is you get like 3 types of blues, a light, medium, and dark. You get a blue-green, you get 2 different types of green. For a lot of these colors, you get 2 different types. You get kind of a yellow orange, a medium orange, and then a red orange. So it's a good color variety. Plus you also get a gold and silver crayon, which when you look at the light, they actually do pretty darn good. So, and this was me just trying to blend them a little. They do seem like they blend a lot nicer than regular wax crayons do. So looking forward to trying these out. And at some point when I have time. There's so much I want to do, and I just don't have the time. And yes, there's a very good chance I may have some time in my near future. The problem is, then I have the time, but I don't have the finances to buy coloring stuff. So, it's a trade-off here. Anyway, all right, next up, I was disappointed in Amazon Prime this year. That's why normally I'll do some videos highlighting some of the sales, or I'll at least do community posts, but I didn't do any of that this year because what really ticked me off is some of them pulled what the Steam sales do, the Steam video game sales, where they will jack the price up, then they discount it to what it normally sells for to make it look like they did a sale. And I noticed that with some of the marker sets, and I was not happy about that. Steam's notorious for doing that. When they have 2 really big sales during the year, usually a summer sale and a winter sale. And the other sales that happen through the year typically are like that, where the video game developers will jack up the price of the game, then discount it to make it look like a sale. And like Steam's trying to crack down on that, but I ain't really seen that change much. So that's why I compare it, because I noticed some of the vendors did that for Amazon Prime, and I was quite bummed about that. One thing I did get, though, is from Zeyar. They had a 24 set of acrylic paint pens. There were a lot of paint pens out, and I have a ton. I need to swatch them all out, actually. I probably should just start off with this sheet, write this down here, and then just continue on. I needed more paint pens like a hole in the head. However, I want to try paint pens in my Disney books. That's one of the next things I want to test. So I wanted to get a good color variety. These are the medium tip. Not actually, I probably need another set of the fine tip. The set I've had is so old, it's pretty much all dried out. So I really need some fine tipped ones. But these are more of a medium tip. I also like these with the 24 colors. You got some, I thought some pretty unique colors, and that is kind of the thing with the Disney books, is just finding the colors that will match up. Yeah, I ripped the box. I was very impatient pulling these out. I've got a giant bin of paint markers. That's pretty much where these are going to go. But these are the colors. They're not labeled on the markers. You do get a gold and silver at the top that look pretty sharp. And then the other colors, you know, kind of a light and a dark of each color, which is pretty nice. You wind up with some interesting, like, green gray. Like, this is kind of a green gray color. This is kind of a bronzy color. You've got a peach in here, like a skin, you know, you got a couple skin and a dark brown. So you've got a couple, like, legit skin tone colors, which is nice. And, real light yellow as opposed to just this bright one. And then yeah, so I figure between these and some of the other sets I have, hopefully I can at least use them partly on a page. So the white pen in this is pretty much useless if you're going over any sort of dark marker. I did try a page with that. I should have brought it over here to show you, but it basically was not thick at all. It's very, the other colors are nice and solid, but the white seems very watery no matter how much I shook it. And when I tried to do a solid line over a dark kind of red, well, red's a bad color to do it anyway, but when I tried to do that, it wasn't smooth. It didn't cover up at all. It was, yeah. You know what I wish, and maybe I should go look and see if this exists. I have this, which is the Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. And this is fantastic for going over any color. Any color. I'm talking even the reds. Reds and the dark blues and purples. If you've tried to use even white gel pens sometimes, depending on the type of gel pen, the color underneath will come through and make it pink or blue or purple or something. It doesn't truly stay white. And this bleed proof white really works. I want this in a paint pen. I would buy nothing else. I would buy nothing else. I wouldn't, if I could get it in like a gel pen size, like a super fine point and a fine point and then like a medium point, I wouldn't buy anything other type of white paint pen. A white gel pen, whatever. This is all I would buy. So that's my recommendation. If the people who make is it PH Martin or just say Martin, the company that makes this, if they all could make a series of bleed proof white pens, if they're not already out there, if they are, I'll link them in the description, then I think that would be $1 million business idea, because I think all of us would buy that. Okay, so paint pens, paint, Bambino crayons. I finally got this. This was a little pencil case that I've been waiting for. I had to order twice. Last couple months I had a lot of trouble with Amazon. Finally kind of had a come to Jesus meeting email with them. And to be fair, they made it right. Like, they refunded me for a bunch of items that either never got, well, they got here, but they got here super late. We had a can of paint just explode on us. The paint was dripping out of the box when they delivered it. So, and it wasn't cheap paint either. So, like, they refunded us a bunch. They actually sent me a duplicate copy of one of the coloring books. So I had actually messed up and forgot to do one during the giveaway. Oh, by the way, giveaway people, I will be sending those out next week. I'm going to do a community post and everything. I just haven't had a chance this week. Anyway, This is super cute, of course, cats and yarn balls. You knew I saw something that had cats on it. Right now it's just holding my vintage Arteza pens because I don't know what, but it's got a ton of room. This would handle probably quite a few colored pencils and stuff, like if you were working on a project, or quite a few gel pens. So another thing I got for Amazon Prime was a set of Artify watercolor brushes, and I took them out of the package, which is why they're all just freeform, but like you've got the little cat's tongue or whatever it's called. I didn't have a lot of watercolor brushes that are a lot smaller and finer detail like this, and so I needed those. Most of my watercolor brushes are just really big, like not just the brush part, but the whole thing is just gigantic. These were recommended by the Frugal Crafter as a good set of budget watercolor brushes, and I don't do enough with watercolor at this point to justify spending, like, dropping major funds on expensive brushes. So these seem to be working well. I used them in that Hannah Carlson picture on Tuesday, but they seem to work just fine for me. Any issues I was dealing with was the paper and not the brush's fault. And finally, I think for stuff, I got this. So I've been eyeing the Castle Art Golds for a while. Was like I need another pencil set. Looked at the price point. I was kind of like, yeah, just kind of wait. This is one of those sets, if it happens to go on sale, I'll take advantage of it. And so during Amazon Prime, I actually put right here gold because the case I got is the Castle Arts case, and it looks very similar to the regular 120 sets because it's just a regular black case. I got an ad, and I actually took advantage of an ad on Instagram where Castle Arts website had a get 50% off code on there. So I went and looked at their gold 120 set, and it was also free shipping. Now, I don't know if either one of those are still going on. If they are, I'll mention it in the description. But you can always try the code, whether, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then oh well. But I was able to get these in the case with all the little extras that come with it for $35, and that didn't include shipping. So to me, that was a great deal on a pack of pencils already in the case. So for a 120 set, what I call medium range pencils. So I was very pleased. This was my purchase I was most pleased with this month in terms of waiting for a good deal. So I've already swatched these and cracked this open, but I did this for y'all. It's very thick case here. Like I said, I did write down the gold. So all right, so here is the swatch. So it comes with all kinds of stuff. You get the color and product guide of all the different types of Castle Art products out there. Do I think I have their watercolor pencils. I can't remember. Anyway, I really like their pencils, the regular set of Castle Art pencils. Those were actually the ones I wanted to get out next time I use pencils. So, but then I've got these to try now. So Castle Art Gold, these are supposed to be oil-based pencils rather than wax-based. This talks about them, best way to sharpen them. This kind of gives you tips on holding them. Looks like you get a color wheel and get to talk a little bit about color. Kind of just some basics here, which I think is always kind of neat. I always kind of like these. Sometimes you pick up stuff, I've been coloring for 4 years, and I would definitely say I don't know all there is to know about coloring. There's plenty of things out there that I haven't tried. This is really cool, where it shows you like the different tones you can get blending pencils. So I would like to eventually do this kind of chart for all my color pencil sets, but that's for future Michelle that has the free time. Rubbing alcohol, mineral spirits, I've tried. Natural oils like olive, coconut, and seed oils. I don't think I've tried blending powder. And then Vaseline. So this even gives some different ideas. Burnishing with a white pencil. Anyway, just a bunch of little tips and tricks in there. This is a step-by-step guide to creating the Castle Gold frisé. Frisé? What? I'm sorry, what? I don't know what this is. Hang on. Oh, okay. Sorry, just hit the mic. This is a big fold out. So this series of pictures right here. Download these templates from the website and create amazing art. So I can download the templates to these different pictures, which would be really cool. And then they show you the colors to use and everything. That's really neat. I actually would like to try that, because some of these pictures are really neat looking. Why not? Again, with the free time that I have. Contact us. You get, in this one, a white cartridge paper sketch pad. Oh, is that it? Just the white? Or is there other colors in here? I think there's a black one and different papers in here. I'm not going to crack this open, or am I? I might go ahead and crack it open. This might be useful if I wanted to print an image from a book onto maybe a smaller, section of paper, like an A5. Make smaller versions. Alright, so there's white cartridge paper, black paper sketch pad, which would be very cool. I don't have many of those. Bristol board, which would be kind of more like a cardstock. Beige portrait paper sketch pad. So yeah, if you could maybe load these into your printer and print out an image in an A5 size, that might be neat to try. Like if I wanted to try out these pencils and I didn't really want to, do an entire huge size picture. Alright, so I just use the swatch in here. My plan is to eventually move all my swatches to these little rings with these little like swatch cards that I can use instead of just full paper swatches. So I decided to just use the one in here. And first off, I'm going to go ahead and warn you, these are not in any type of color order. They're in like pencil number order. No, they're not even in that. I'm not really sure what order they're in. Maybe color family, maybe. But like you've got your greens over here. These are like your bright brights, and then your dark darks, and then everything kind of, flows in the middle. You've got a lot of very light. So this is an interesting color palette. I should have grabbed my regular Castle Arts to compare, but I'm pretty sure the colors are different just based on the color names and everything. So like this one gives you a lot of light options to use, which I would be curious if some of these are in the pastel tint set too. Should have done all this research before okay, hang on. Okay, just at a glance, I did not see any overlap between these more pastel skin tone colors and what was in the pastel tint set, so excellent there. And then I pulled my regular Castle Art pencils. I'm just going to take a quick look. See, these don't even, that's the thing, these don't even have color names, they just have numbers. So I would need to pull my swatches, which are here in the kitty binder. Oh yeah, so here's the pastel tint. There's probably some similar colors, but I feel like these aren't quite as bright as these, which would make sense. So, see, this is the way I did swatch previously, and I'm going to switch how I do this now. So yeah, all these had numbers instead of names, so I can't really say for sure if like the numbers are gonna be pretty different. Oh, I say that. Primrose yellow to that 2 looks a little different, maybe. 3 is golden yellow. 4 is cadmium yellow. 5 is lemon yellow light, which I got switched up. Oh, it's lemon yellow. So these might actually match the numbers. The numbers are all over the place though, so it's really hard to tell, to be quite honest. So I think these match the colors and the numbers in the original Castle Art set. I do not have the Castle Art set with names though, so somebody who has the one with names might be able to say if the names are the same as well. But it looks like the colors probably do match up pretty well. Let me just take a look here. 56 jungle green. 56, that does look kind of like a jungle green. 55. Oh, it's right there. So yeah, I would say the numbers are probably very similar, though there are some probably different numbers. So anyway, if you have the original Castle Art set, they may be similar numbers and colors, but there may be some new ones as well, because I feel like this set to me as a whole looks different than the original Castle Arts. So the big key here is the original Castle Art pencils are wax-based pencils. These are oil-based. So these are more like a polychromos, where you'll have to layer. They're more to layer and blend. The wax pencils for me, wax pencils are good for bright, intense color really quickly with good heavy pressure. These will give you bright, intense color, but I feel like you actually have to take some time and layer these and work at them a little bit more. However, they give you, I guess, more variety that way. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it. But these, like I said, I typically color with hard pressure and medium pressure with my colored pencils. So me and oil-based pencils don't always get along. However, like I said, that was just a really good deal. My creative coloring, Kim, did a picture with her gold pencils last month that I thought turned out really pretty, so I wanted to try it. But like I said, this gives you actually, I like the yellows and oranges in this one. They give you quite a bit of yellows and oranges. Quite a few purples too, to be quite honest. I mean, you usually don't see these many purples. It looks like they've sacrificed maybe a few greens, but you still get a good healthy amount of them. And I love the amount of browns in this. The amount of browns is more so than I've seen in a lot of pencil sets. And so I think these will be I think will come in very handy for any type of natural landscape or flower type coloring. Flowers, leaves, things like that. I think that's where these will probably shine the best. And I love the ultramarine light because that pretty much is like my favorite blue color ever. So I'm super glad they included it. Like I said, how they put them in the pack is a little weird, but I'll sort them however I need to later on. So if you were curious about the golds, that is just my thought on them. I would like to try them. I'm thinking of trying them maybe in a Joanna Basford in Magical Jungle, since that seems to be where I've been trying a lot of my pencil sets. Hopefully next week, and I can let you guys know my completed pages, how those turn out. All right, so there we go. That was the supplies, and like I said, I don't anticipate really getting anything else The exceptions I'll make is if more shimmer paint colors get released, because I just love those paints. And my Arteza glitter gel pens if I need a refill. That's mostly what I'm going to be focusing on probably for the rest of the year, is just refills of markers as they dry out, because I've been using a lot of marker coloring lately. I may be picking up some different color watercolor sets. I've been kind of, thinking about that. Just a few little unique things here and there, but for the most part, it's just going to be probably focusing on building my Copic marker collection and the refills for that, so that I'm just not, I feel like I'm burning through markers left and right in like greens and blues, and so I'm running out of a lot of light blues here, so it would just be a whole lot easier for me to have, a light blue Copic marker that I can just refill 5 or 6 times before I have to buy, another refill or something. Anyway, so okay, now let's get to books. These are in no particular order, however, I am going to go ahead and show you guys the Happy Mail I got. So, I got this, I'm recording this on Thursday. I got 2 big packages from Joyce Gromley. Hopefully I'm saying her name right. She had also sent a beautiful card, and I am the worst person ever, because I had totally meant to send her back a card by now, and I haven't done it. But she sent a very lovely card as well, which, I'm not going to share that on here, but very nice. And hang on just a minute. Okay. And so then she sent me some coloring books. I guess she just wanted to pass on some really neat and unique books. Hopefully I can get the word out at some point. So this is called Starlight Treasures, and I'm still trying to figure out what this one is. So these are projects, like household projects, that include different types of art that you can color and paint to put on them. I think that's how it is. And you can, a lot of this, they're like wood projects, which is intriguing to me because that's something I would like to get into at some point. So basically, this talks about the paint, staining, all kinds of stuff, and then transferring the pattern that's in this book, the patterns that are in this book. This is just all types of different instructions and such for when you're painting the wood. So I think these are like wood projects that you put the art on, which is really neat. So so like there's a garden club sunflower box, and this shows you the different paints that you can pull for it. I wish it would show you what the finished product is supposed to look like. that would be a little bit helpful. So I'll have to look at this a little bit more to see if it can really gather. Oh, okay. So here's what I think some of the projects end up looking like. What they're supposed to look like versus what what mine are probably going to look like. Okay, so they have a couple where they show examples and stuff. Well, this is really neat. I'm curious about this and just looking into it. Alright, so she also sent Cute Cats, Color by Number. This is a Dover coloring book. I do have one copy of this, but I actually am happy to have another copy because now, and she's already started this page, which works out great for me because I've already colored this page. So now I can color in marker one half of this book and then color in marker the other half of this book, and I don't have to necessarily use colored pencils. So I love that. Thank you. Make this a whole lot easier to complete for me. Of course, I could also try my new crayons. These books are really cool. They are the Silver Dolphin books, I think, and they come with, I love the paper in these. So they interpret different fairy tales, and then through art in these books. And I used to have all kinds of different ones I picked up at Ollie's, and then I ended up giving them away, not because I didn't like them, but because I just didn't feel like I was going to have time for them. However, I am tickled to have this one back, and now, because I've been doing so much watercolor, I've tried watercolor pencils in these, and they actually work really well. So I kind of am glad I have one now, and I should have just kept one back is what I should have done. I'm kind of glad I have one now so I can try out some different stuff, because this is pretty thick paper, and I feel like this can take on a lot of different mixed media. So this will be a fun kind of play book for me. I do really like the art in these. Oh, we have to see, I always have to see how they draw the Cheshire Cat, because he always looks terrifying in every single Alice book I've ever seen. Except for, I think, Jade Summer's Alice book they had at one point, which now fortunately you can't get it, but that cat was pretty cute looking, but usually the Cheshire Cat looks terrifying, and I'm here for it. I love it. Mickey Mouse Memories coloring book. This is awesome because I don't have any, other than just a few different Disney books, I don't have any other type of Disney books, especially like your classic characters like this, like Minnie and Mickey and Goofy and stuff. So I think Pixie's Projects does a lot of Disney coloring and then has specific characters, so now I can participate. And I like these pictures, and of course they're single-sided, so I can use my markers. Magic Scope coloring book illustrated by Erna Vinnick. This one's interesting. It's got like a grayscale, almost like patterns and designs, which it is technically, I guess, double-sided, but you could ignore, you know, the smaller image on the other page if you wanted. I feel like this whole book is like what would happen if I got up and spun around about 30 times and then tried to stare at different objects in the room. I kind of feel like this is what would happen, is like a kaleidoscope pattern here. Or when I've drank a little too much. But these are really unique and different, and I love how the texture is built in with some of the black, like this one already has areas blacked in, so you don't have to do that yourself. And then of course has little checkered areas and stuff like that. So I do like the textured aspect of this. Almost has a mandala, yes, actually mandala is right. I thought I said mandala for a minute there, and I was like, that's a completely different thing. No, this is mandala. Almost reminds me a lot of mandalas, so very cool. And finally, I have Hello Kitty Christmas, which is a great addition to my Christmas collection, particularly because these pictures are adorable and they're very easy to color. And I like that very much. This will be, I think this will be a good project book for like November and December. I don't know if I would complete it, but just to have a seasonal type book, and then I can color it all kinds of different, you know, fairly simple images. So alright, so I'll do complete flips of these. Well, if you want to see flips of these, then you can check out Thursday's video. So there we go. And she also sent a bunch of like loose coloring pages as well. Plenty of kitties and steampunk. Looks like a bunch of steampunk images, which are really cool. And just images, I'm not sure where they're from, so I don't really want to show them because I don't know the reference 100%, but I do appreciate them. So thank you so much, Joyce, for all of this. Very unexpected today, but always appreciated. All right, books. I have, I believe, one more book coming tomorrow that I'm going to have to tack at the end of this video, but that's okay. I can get all the others today. So first, I'm going to show you the ones I already have flip throughs on. Depending on how many times I can do it, I'm going to put a card in the top right that shows if you want to go see the full flip through. Kameliya Angelkova's Vacation. This is for June and July, by the way. So 50 Vacation Miniatures by Kameliya Angelkova. I actually have a buddy color to start in here this weekend. This is a very cute one. I'm finding a lot of them. It was hard to pick a image to start with because I found a good handful that I already want to color in. And I have not colored a single page in a Kameliya Angelkova book this month, which is very unusual for me. George Toufexis has a new release. This is Wonders of Nature, color by number. I have not done one in here yet. This is very light line art, so it might be a little hard to see. But this has the bright colors that it always does. I'm hoping maybe next week I can work on this one. This is the tiger picture. And it doesn't look like as complicated as some of his other ones, so I'll probably still end up spending 2 days on it, but maybe it won't take as much detail work. So hopefully I can get that one done before the end of the month. I did do a impulse buy of some Ava Browne and Primrose coloring books because I didn't really only had one other Ava Browne book, and so I wanted to go ahead and boost my collection, especially after seeing all these books because they were super cute. This is Nutty Gnomes, which if you have not seen my reactions to this flip through and you want to laugh, I'd recommend it. Because there's definitely a lot of fun pictures in here, and I enjoyed this book very much. It had to go, it had to open to this page. Of course it did. I'm just doing random flip throughs. It was meant to be, and that page, it was quite a reaction. I had not seen that, looked at the book at all until I did that flip through. So some of the images may not be to your taste, but they're hilarious. Cute Frogs. I already have a Cute Frogs by Morgana Skye, but of course this is more Cute Frogs, which I'm totally cool with. This one trying out a new hat. I really wanted, I need another week in the month. I need another week so that I can like color a page in all of these new Ava Browne Primrose coloring books. So Christmas in July, which is going to happen. If I can't color in any of the other books, I'm going to do at least one in here this month because it is very relevant. This is an adorable book, and I feel like very unique in that Santa is showing Santa having a good old vacation. I'm usually not huge on Christmas coloring, but I love this because Santa's not just doing Christmas related stuff. I love the fish guitar there. I don't know how the bird feels about it, but I just think these are super cool. This was what originally got me started, was Primrose Coloring put out a Baby Dragons book. And I love the Baby Dragons book that Jade Summer, in that I'm trying to finish that one this year actually. So this is just a different style, and of course they're all still adorable. So I think both of these come with 2 sets of each set of images, so very cute. I got the new release from Fabiana Attanasio, Mythographic Menagerie. I don't think it's going to happen this month, but since next month's going to include M in the alphabet coloring, I'm going to color out of a mythographic book. It may just be marker, but and it may just be 1 page out of my mythographic books, but we're going to do at least 1. Hopefully more. I would like to watercolor a picture for the month too, for watercolor summer. But I keep getting these awesome books. Oh, the human hands. I don't know why, that just gets me. Like, anyway, I have all these awesome mythographic books. It might be this one. I don't know. I love this picture. I love it so very much. I don't know if I can wait till Halloween. I really don't. Though R may be in the alphabet coloring for that month, so it may be appropriate. But anyway, so there's that one. We have the 80s New Wave adult coloring book by Joshua Dunbar. I love this book. It is, like I said, I've said, I only have one other 80s book besides this by Lightburst Media, and I adore it. I think he's considering doing a 90s book too, which I would totally be on board with, because I was born in 81, and while I have fondness for the 80s, the 90s was, I guess, really where I embraced my teenage years. Like, I wasn't quite old enough to enjoy the 80s fashions. However, I guess this could technically be both 80s and 90s, because I feel like this was a thing in the 90s as well. So I will be doing a coloring chat out of this. It'll be, I'm already working on it. It will be on the 31st, so, or the, excuse me, it'll be on the 29th, because my completed pages will be on the 31st. So, okay, either the 26th or the 29th. Either the 26th or the 29th, I am completing a picture out of here. I'm going to talk about all the fun things from the 80s, and it's going to be a fun time. I'm looking forward to that one. But I'm just trying to work it in because, you know, end of the month, I've got so many basic monthly videos that I do, so I'm trying to figure out where it's going to sit. It'll either sit next Tuesday or next Friday, so keep an eye out for that. Books, oh wait, let me show you this one, because we've done a flip through this one. I think the proper translation here is balls of fur. However, when I did Google Translate, it said hairballs, and I love that translation so much, I just want to call it hairballs. I absolutely adore this book. I desperately want to color a page out of this book this month. If I can't get it this month, it's darn well going to be next month. That's so cute. Like, I'd love and adore every picture in here. I don't know. I might just start in the front and just start working my way through it. Like, seriously. That's just how much I adore it. So, we'll see. Alright. The rest of these, I do not have a flip through yet. I will do a flip through of some on Sunday, and actually probably some on Saturday and some on Sunday. So I'm not sure what order. Probably going to do the digital books Sunday, or no, I don't know. I'll do one set of flip through Saturday and one set of flip through Sunday. Because I just don't think I can do them all in one video, because that would be 8 or 9 books, and that would be a long video. Alright, Little Big Cats. This is a new release by Jeanette Wummel, Zendoodle Coloring. Thanks to Tammy for letting me know about this one. It is adorable. It does have a little bit of Zentangle Zendoodle to it, but the pictures are so cute, I honestly don't mind. This feels like this is going to be a very just straight color, try different things in it kind of book for me, which I love, because here lately I sometimes get down on myself because I'll get a picture in a book, and instead of just straight coloring it like maybe I intended, I feel like I have to do something complicated to it. And so this may just be a fun book. I love this one with his little ears and his paws. It's so cute. I have all the other Rita Berman books. However, I was missing the summer one, and with it now being summer, I wanted to have this one. And so snagged this. This one, I should be able to do a page hopefully next month, I think. I have all of the seasonal books and the Europe book. I don't have her other, like the land and ocean ones, though I wouldn't mind getting those eventually. Like I said, I'm going to have to start being a lot more mindful. Even if things work out, I want to be more mindful, and we may seriously start in with the book in, book out idea again. Oh my gosh, that one's so cute! Oh my gosh, where he's in the little garden and he's just such a smug little kitty, and there's a bird and a butterfly, and oh, I like that picture. Where's my flags? That might, here, I'll just stick this in here. Anyway. And 2 books I got today. Give me a minute. I took a screenshot of it so I would not forget. Thank you to Norma Jean Color With Me. I saw her Instagram post and then her subsequent video flip through of these, and then she, I believe, saw these off of Chronic Coloring Down Under's channel. Come on, Michelle. And these were just absolutely adorable. I had to snap them up. These were ones that was just like within just even watching the flip through the first book, I had already ordered them. I knew I wanted these. They're 2 different witches books by Usiku, hopefully is how you pronounce that. There is Witches, a coloring book. Now these are Amazon printed. I am going to do full flip throughs of these sometime this weekend, so stay tuned, along with the other books I showed you. The line art is not super thick in these books, so probably what I'm going to end up doing is some sort of watercolor pencil, or maybe using my towel tree markers, since, you know, those are a little smaller, but with it being Amazon paper, you know, you got to be careful about that. But these, even though this was Amazon paper, and I might just copy and print them on nicer paper, to be honest, if I really have trouble, you know. Me and pencils and Amazon paper, I still haven't really found a way other than basing it with marker or watercolor that I like using pencils on Amazon paper just on their own. If I'm still having trouble with that, I honestly may just make copies of these on nicer paper, because they're just amazing pictures. They're amazing. I love them. It's like the 2 buddies. And I had this thought, if you've ever watched Adventure Time, I had this thought of coloring them like Princess, what am I calling her? Oh, what is her name? Princess Bubblegum. I want to call her Buttercup for some reason. Princess Bubblegum and Marceline. I totally want to color them like Bubblegum and Marceline. I think that would be so cute. It would be a way to keep it consistent. I think that would be adorable. So I love the little snake there. So yeah, like I said, the pictures are amazing. The paper, I'm going to try to find a way around the paper, because I just adore these books. And I totally get it. And oh my gosh, that picture. This one with a little cat ghost coming out of their drinks, their boba tea and their coffee. They're just adorable. I absolutely love them. Witches are one of my favorite things to collect in coloring books. And it's one of those things I want to color more of. I just never get around to it. And of course, one of the reasons I love witches so much is there's always cats in the pictures with them. And I joke that had I been born a couple hundred years ago, I probably would have been deemed a witch and drowned or something because of it. So, anyway. All right, quickly, because wow, this was a long one. I had gotten, so I was a member of Coloring Book Cafe, and as part of the membership for the year, you got a bunch of coloring books over the course of the year. I have like 100 coloring digital color. Well, I have more than 100, but like where I was a member and there was a new book to download each week, I have like 100 books, 100 plus books from Coloring Book Cafe alone. There's no way I'm gonna be able to ever print out all those in their entirety. Plus, and some of those they aren't. I don't know if they're like past books they've done or what. Like some of them are ones I've seen and some of them are ones I haven't. So anyway, I didn't renew my membership. I just, again, trying to look for ways to cut funds. However, I did receive a deal to purchase some of their digital versions of their books and got like a 50% discount on a couple of them. So I got 4, we're going to just say 4 new Coloring Book Cafe books. I do actually prefer them in the digital version just because I can use, because of the way the line art is, again, I can print them on any type of paper that I want. Now, my solution for my digital books, the ones I haven't already printed out, I'm going to start using just plain copy paper and printing out the images like 6 to a page. And that way I have them out so I can physically look at them. But I have them out so I can physically look at them. But what I'll do is I'll go through here, I'll pick a picture, then I'll print it out on the good quality paper. And that way that really saves my good quality paper. And also, I would probably have to get another bookshelf to print them all out. So, all right, this first one up is, and it's going to make flip-throughs of these very easy, as you guys can see. So they have a Hummingbirds coloring book, which my mother loves hummingbirds. So I'm hoping I can do a picture that I'm proud enough of that like I could actually frame and see if my mom would like it. So we'll have to see. But this has 12, 18, 19, I think 25 images, so. But yep, they're just like little thumbnails. And very pretty. This is a, there we go. This is a book of theirs I've wanted for a while. I do love birds. I really, I don't know, next year maybe I have just a year-long focus on birds, or maybe it's not just a full year, but like maybe I just take some time. And it's hard to focus on one particular subject with the, you know, my goals this year were a little different. So maybe next year I take, you know, each couple months I focus on a different specific subject or something. So there's the Hummingbirds one. We also have Beauties and Fairyland. Yes, more fairies. I know. And that fairies are another thing I love to collect, and then I just don't wind up coloring a whole bunch just because I don't have the time. But this is still really pretty. Whoops. My bad. Oh, nope, that's right. I thought this got mixed up with the wildlife one because I saw the rabbit at first. But look at her on the rabbit. Isn't that cute? So cute. Her and the little fox. That'll be a good one for Foxy February. Her riding the snail. These aren't super cutesy fairies. They're still, you know, PG fairies. Though that one, I feel like that top's dipping a little low there, but you know, for the most part, these are PG fairies. They aren't, but they seem like older. They're not cutesy fairies. I guess they're more adult type fairies. So this one would be like a witch fairy with the mushrooms and stuff. This is a really pretty book. I actually really like this one. But I'm going to use like these portfolio books to put these in, and then keep a running list on the front of what's in what. So, alright, quickly, because I'm running out of time. This was the main one it wanted me to get. It's one of its newest releases. It's 100 coloring pages. It's North American Wildlife. This is actually a combination of a number of books they have, so I'll put the link to the digital version and the paper version, but I would go and check what books are combined in here just to make sure you're not buying, you know, duplicates if you actually already own them. It does give you a full list of all the animals, which is, I really like when they do that. Because, I mean, obviously I know this is an elk, but, you know, there's some you just don't really know for sure. So, these are beautiful, though. I need to embrace more natural coloring. I think a challenge for me... Oh, look at that skunk. Stinky cat. One of the challenges, I always want to color wacky colors, and so I feel like a challenge for myself would be to color pictures like this and color them naturally. But find a way that I enjoy doing it, because a lot of times I will. I love all the big cats in this, by the way. Y'all know that makes me happy. It's just my problem is when I do natural coloring, I find myself getting bored easily. So I want to find a way that I can do it and enjoy it and mix it up enough, at least. Maybe the technique I'm using is enough to keep my interest. Maybe I don't spend a ton of time on these. Quite a few birds in here too. I wonder if some of those were from the 100 Beautiful Birds book. Why am I doing full flip throughs? I'm sorry. Y'all are like, well, to be fair, the other ones, there really wasn't much there. Alright, yeah, you're going to get full flip throughs of these this weekend, you know, barring all the stuff I've already showed you. And finally, I did get their 100 Beautiful Birds book. Again, I believe this may be a combination of some of their books, so you might want to check on that. This does list out all the different types of birds, so you can go Google and see what color they actually are. This, again, would be great for me to really learn how to color birds. What I want to do is color birds, and I really want to use my pastel pencils with them, just because of the level of blending that I can get with the pastel pencils. I feel like would give a more natural look to the birds. I've seen Anne from A Colorful Life, Anne's Colorful Life, I don't know what she's calling it now. She'll use pastel pencils on birds, like pastel, not pastel colors, but pastel pencils, and they always turn out real pretty. So, all right, I'll have one other book I'm going to put in here, and then we will wrap this up. All right, so finally got this today. It is indeed Friday, the day this video is going to go live later on. And here is the last new book I got. And will be the last new book I get for a good long while. Of course, you know, an exception. There's always an asterisk there, but until I get my job situation figured out, better to go ahead and start buckling down and at least have a month's worth of as much saved up as I can before, you know, unless the worst happens. And so anyway, so this is Midnight Skies by Coco Wyo. Tammy colors too. Was flipping through this one on her in her coloring book collection, and I had totally missed it and fell in love with it, particularly because of all the black backgrounds. I do love me some black backgrounds. So I'll show you guys just a few. I'm going to do a full flip through either Saturday or Sunday. So one of the days I'm hoping to show you guys how I color most of my Kameliya Angelkova pictures. You guys seem to really like those on Instagram, so I want to show you guys that. That's so cute. Look at them waving there. Little aliens. And this is so cute, y'all. A good one for Foxy February. A lot of these would tend well to like some iridescent colors in the galaxy area. And I mean, leaving them just white would be fine, but like going over them with like a shiny or iridescent type color would be very pretty too. Anyway, so hopefully one day I'll show that. It depends. It's part of a buddy color with someone, and I don't want to post it till she's done with hers. So it might be Sunday, it might be Monday, but so we'll just say Saturday or Sunday. One of those days I'm going to do a full flip through of this and the other books that I haven't yet done a flip through of. But aren't these just precious? So pretty. This is a great book. I'm so happy I saw this. So, all right, so that wraps up my supply and book haul for the month. This month was particularly tedious, I think because I had to swatch so much. Before the video, I try to do that just so you guys can get kind of a peek. You know, I can't do an official review of most of the stuff, but I can at least show you guys like what the swatches look like and stuff like that, so you have a little bit of information rather than just showing you the product. And this month I had a lot to swatch before the video because I'm lazy when it comes to swatching. But next month I might have something to show you. I made one big last supply splurge, and I don't really, you know, I don't know much. The colors look fabulous, but until I actually get it, I don't want to recommend it or anything because I mean they were expensive watercolors. And I don't know, I wanted one last big splurge, and then, you know, especially when it comes to watercolors. So but I had to do a pre-order, so it takes 4 to 6 weeks to get here. So if I don't have them next month, then hopefully I will have them by September. So probably won't have much to show you next month, and I will probably do a special video just for those anyway. So they look very luxurious. It's from Dreamland Watercolors. Their stuff, it goes on sale at limited times. They take pre-orders and then, you know, spend the time making them, getting them out, and then, you know, developing other ones to set up for pre-orders. So they only open up their store during certain times of the year, and so I splurged. Their color shifts and they look amazing. So I'll put them down in the Instagram description, their Instagram profile, if you want to go check them out. Again, I am not trying to encourage you to splurge as I did, but like I said, this was kind of a last hurrah for me, just in case things go awry. So anyway, thanks guys for watching. Like I said, there will be a flip through video probably Saturday or Sunday. One of those other days, or Monday, probably showing you guys how I color most of my Kameliya Angelkova pictures. Or I might wait and use that one Tuesday. I don't know. We'll have to just see and play it by ear. Next Friday will be an 80s themed color and chat. I am coloring out of the 80s New Wave book by Joshua Dunbar. It's going to be marker base and then probably pastel pencils and color pencils on top. And we're going to talk all about my favorite things growing up and just make it a little bit unique, a little bit different. And then Sunday will be my completed pages. And then the Tuesday will be the kickoff and showcase for the color alongs for July and then August kickoff. So y'all have kind of an idea how things are going to go the next few weeks. And yeah, we'll To those of you who've not seen my community posts that were part of the live stream giveaway, I am going to ship those books out next week. I am so sorry. I'm taking forever to get them out. It's been hard to leave the house this week. The heat index has been really high. It's been very humid. It is wreaking havoc on my joints, and my internal temperature and all my symptoms flare up when this happens. So it's just been hard to leave the actual house this week. So hopefully next week will be better. Probably not temperature wise, but we're gonna just have to force it. So thanks guys for watching, and bye for now.